Trump threatens BRICS over new currency plans. President-elect Donald Trump's recent declaration to impose 100% tariffs on BRICS nations if they pursue the creation of a new currency has stirred global attention. The warning, as the BRICS bloc explores alternatives to the US dollar. Growing friction between the United States and emerging economies seeking to reduce their dependency on the dollar-dominated global financial system. But does this threat carry enough weight to deter the BRICS countries, or is it more rhetoric than reality? The BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, China, South Africa, have been discussing the possibility of a shared currency to facilitate trade among members. This initiative gained momentum after Russia faced Western sanctions, aims to provide an alternative to the US dollar, which has long been the backbone of international trade and finance. Adding to this dynamic, the bloc recently expanded to include nations like Saudi Arabia and the UAE, further bolstering its economic influence. Together, BRICS nations account for over 40% of the world's population and nearly a quarter of global GDP. Their combined economic weight and diversification of resources, from energy to technology, make them a formidable force. Trump's reaction underscores U.S. concerns about maintaining the dollar's dominance. A successful BRICS currency could shift the balance of economic power, undermining U.S. influence globally. Trump's proposed 100% tariffs on BRICS nations represent a dramatic escalation in trade policy. Many BRICS nations, particularly China and India, critical trading partners for the U.S. China alone is America's largest goods trading partner, bilateral trade exceeding $700 billion annually. Imposing punitive tariffs on these economies could trigger retaliatory measures, potentially destabilizing global trade. Tariffs of this magnitude could lead to higher costs for American consumers and businesses, particularly for goods sourced from BRICS nations. The BRICS bloc contributes significantly to global supply chains, particularly in manufacturing, energy, and raw materials. Disrupting these trade flows could create shortages, inflationary pressures, and economic turmoil, challenges the U.S. economy can ill afford amid its ongoing recovery from inflation and post-pandemic restructuring. Imposing sweeping tariffs risks alienating U.S. allies in the BRICS bloc, such as India, which has maintained a delicate balance between its relationships with the U.S. and Russia. Such actions could also deepen the divide between the global North and South, driving more nations toward BRICS orbit. Within the U.S., such a tariff policy would likely face resistance from businesses, makers, and consumers who bear the brunt of higher costs. Internationally, Trump's approach could be viewed as economic coercion, further eroding America's soft power. For the BRICS nations, Trump's threats could be seen as validation of their efforts to create a more multipolar financial system. If anything, such rhetoric might accelerate their push toward financial independence from the dollar. Countries like China and Russia have already made strides in reducing their reliance on the dollar through bilateral trade agreements denominated in local currencies. Meanwhile, nations such as Saudi Arabia and the UAE, their vast oil reserves, support a BRICS currency through commodity-backed trade mechanisms. However, internal challenges within BRICS, such as varying economic policies, political priorities, hurdles, remain significant obstacles to creating a unified currency in the near term. While Trump's threat is provocative, its implementation would likely face significant hurdles, both domestically and globally. The BRICS nations, aware of the potential backlash, may use this as an opportunity to rally further support for their initiatives. Whether or not they proceed with a new currency, Trump's rhetoric underscores a shifting global economic order where challenges to U.S. dominance are becoming increasingly credible. The end. Real question is not whether Trump's threat holds water, but whether it reflects a deeper recognition of the US's waning influence in a rapidly evolving multipolar world. This is Freedom Square News. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. See you next time.
Freedom Square.